Hello, Brad here, just to say we're super proud that the Friday 5pm podcast is sponsored by the Malt Miller, the UK's best home brew store.
We use the Malt Miller for all of our homebrew experiments, as well as tapping them up for advice and binging on their awesome YouTube channel all the time.
That's why whenever we release a homebrew video, we put a recipe kit live on the Malt Miller, so you can brew with the exact same amazing ingredients that we did. The same ingredients used by pro brewers.
So alongside the Malt Miller's nitro-flushed hops, cold-stored yeast and milled-to-order malts, you can pick up recipe kits for our 5 Points Best Bitter, Russian River West Coast IPA, and now the fastest beer in the world, a hazy session IPA that goes from grain to glass in less than 48 hours.
Sign up to their newsletter at tinyurl.com/Malt Miller to get 5% off your first order. With the Malt Miller's amazing customer service and Johnny's 48-hour recipe, you could order the ingredients on a Monday and be drinking the beer by the weekend.
Speaking of which, it's Friday.
It's 5pm.
So enjoy this week's Friday 5pm podcast. Happy Friday, beer geeks, and happy platty jubes to those who celebrate.
Yeah, happy jubes.
And I feel like I need to wash my mouth out after saying platty jubes, but everybody's saying it.
What is it? What are they saying? I've never heard this.
Platty jubes.
What does that mean? Platty?
Yeah, it's an abbreviation, Brad.
Oh, like
because the kids, yeah, we're all time poor and we have to abbreviate things to horrific abbreviations.
But surely platinum jubilee, platty jubes. Okay,
We've already lingered too long.
I mean, platty jubes. That sounds like the next mumblecore hot rapper, doesn't it?
I think it is.
Platty jubes.
I think it could be.
I also thought, because I'm a little bit deaf or selectively deaf.
You're a little bit everything, Bradley.
I thought you were saying platitudes. I was like, why is he saying happy platitudes? It's like, what's he on about?
It's my new greeting. Just, instead of saying like, how are you? How's the family? Like, I'm just literally saying the word platitudes instead of giving you them. I think that could be my thing.
Yeah, man. I think so too. I just realised I was looking at Instagram yesterday at some memes, and I just couldn't understand the meme. Because it was written in... So I thought, oh my God, I must be old now. It was written in sort of text speak, but in a sort of... I don't know what it was, like a sort of colloquial text speak, maybe a regional text speak for a part of America. And I had no clue what it meant. It was totally...
Do people still use text speak now that we don't have to condense our text into 100 and whatever it was?
Johnny, I don't even know if it was text speak, my friend. I couldn't understand what it meant. this phrase. I was like, I plain out just don't understand this meme. And it was I just thought I must have a total lack in my vocabulary knowledge, sort of my understanding of youth, kind of patois. And I just felt that's the first time I think I've ever felt like maybe I'm old because I don't understand this meme.
That's the first time you've ever felt old?
With a meme.
I've been feeling old since I was about 12.
With a meme though, Johnny. I'm usually pretty good
with the memes. You're always on the memes. What about all the memes that are from like Love Island? Surely you don't understand these.
Oh no, but I don't feel like they are culturally significant to me. Whereas this one, it was an account that I like, and the stuff that they put out is pretty funny.
Right.
And I was like, I don't get this at all, and I couldn't work out what. I just couldn't understand it. I don't know how we've. Oh yeah, okay. So it's.
Well, because you didn't understand platty jubes either.
Platty jubes. That was it. For platty jubes yesterday, Johnny, it was a sort of anniversary for me and my girlfriend, and we went to Brasserie Zadel in Piccadilly. So we were actually up in central London, on platty jubes, which I totally overlooked that Thursday was indeed a bank holiday. And it was the busiest train I've been on in years up there. And when we got to Charing Cross, it was mobbed, swaves of people, obviously packing out.
Yeah, getting off at Charing Cross. But the whole right by Trafalgar Square.
Trafalgar was totally rammed, and I couldn't work out what was going on. I was like, why are they all up here?
Why is everybody shouting platty jubes?
Platty jubes? What's this platty jubes business?
Or platitudes?
I'm platitudes. Why platitudes? I'm not a royalist or whatever. I think she's she had a good innings, which is good stuff. You gotta.
That's all you can say about the Queen. She's lived a while.
You gotta give her dues for her platitudes for sort of sticking it out.
Yeah, but she's had it pretty easy. She's had servants and
True.
employees and probably a pretty good doctor.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to credit her with that.
No, maybe not. But it's a long time. Even if it is something you like doing, Johnny. Imagine if we'd done 70 years of the Craft Beer Channel.
Are we not getting there?
I hope so. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? If we were, I think I'd be 120 or something if we did 70 years.
Could happen because people who drink a lot of beer are famous
Pickled.
for living a long time.
Well, some of them are. Some of them get pickled, don't they? Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing.
In moderation, Johnny. No, we're not talking about over drinking. I'm talking about
moderate pickling.
Moderate pickling, yeah, like a light pickling.
That's what you need to aim for.
Yeah. Like an unsatisfying pack of pickled honey monster munch with not enough pickle powder on them. But anyway, I digress massively on my digression. Platty jubes, we went up and it really put the heebies up me because I have an anxiety disorder, and I woke up yesterday morning feeling a sort of sense of dread, and I couldn't work out why. And it was obviously because I realised that I was going in central London on a day that was going to be totally crazy rammed, and I didn't like it. But anyway, Brasserie Zadel is in a subterranean marble-clad layer of opulence. Have you ever been down there? It's quite amazing.
Where?
In Brasserie Zadel. It's like a brasserie, like a French dining hall.
You said down there. Is it down, like literally underground?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like around Piccadilly Circus in the kind of the heart of darkness of capitalist tourist trail sort of nightmare land. But it's beautiful. You go down into you sort of go into a cafe, a Parisian sort of style cafe, and then at the back there's a neon sign. Through a narrow doorway which opens up into a giant marble-clad staircase that goes down, I'm guessing, 4 stories down. Subterranean.
4 stories?
Yeah.
2 houses worth?
Yeah, long way
Good
down.
Lord.
And then down there, it opens out into a giant marble-clad dining hall with sort of gold... what do you call it? Everything's gold. It's very opulent. They've got a 1920s Art Deco style cocktail bar called Bar American. And we, at 12:15 yesterday, we were eating a French a price fix 3-course lunch, and not realising that above our heads there was some like crazy aerial display of
the red arrows went over, didn't
they? Yeah. So I came out.
So you went all the way into central London and then went underground during Platty Jubes, right?
Platty Jubes, yeah. So that was what everyone was there for. I said, "What are they? Why are they all heading to the Wow? What are these white flag wavers up to? They're just like waving their flags, having a good time, Johnny. I'm like a miser, mate. I was like, I don't know. Why are they here? I was like, what do they think is going to happen? What they thought was going to happen was the massive display of red arrows and I think like World War II bombers and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and the Queen and one of the little royals like put his hand over his ears and has apparently made the front page of every newspaper in the world. Which, if it were that easy for us, I wish I could just cover my ears and go viral. That would really help our finances. But I mean, I guess a kid does it. It's cute. Whereas when I do it, it's just rude.
Is it irresponsible to have a kid at a loud thing like that without headphones on? Because you see kids at festivals and they wear these massive sort of like deadening
I bet there's a column about that in the Daily Mail today, mate. I'm not going to go down that road.
Yeah.
I think if it is irresponsible, the Daily Mail will tell us all. Should we start the podcast?
Yeah, go on then.
I've been sat on two. I was gonna because I plan out these podcasts. It may not seem like it to the listener or to you, but I do plan them. I've got notes next to me.
Well,
and I've been sat here
too.
trying to.
My notes are like just search and destroy and like just sort of go off on tangents. I just have
so your notes
written.
Do not follow.
Yeah.
Do not follow main tangent. Right.
Exactly.
Good. Well, see, you're trying to do it to me again. Firstly, I want to bring up the fact that last week at the start of the podcast, I said, Brad, remind me to turn the chiller back on.
Oh, Chillergate.
You failed to tell me to turn the chiller back on.
Oh, dear.
And to be fair to you, I also failed to turn the chiller back on. Yeah. But then somebody, for a joke in our Patreon forum, said, don't forget to turn your chiller back on. And that genuinely reminded me that night to turn the chiller on. So, firstly, Brad, and this is why I've been desperately trying to get a word in edgeways, because the chiller kicked in just after we started recording. I was like, hey, this is going to be such a great link. And then you went off on one about fucking Brasserie Zendel. And so I've been sat there with the chiller on the whole time, ruining the audio, hoping that I get a word in edgeways and be able to go like, oh, look, the chiller's just come on. So now the chiller's turned off, but I'm still going to turn it off. And Bradley, I still want you to remind me to turn the chiller back on.
Well, now I know that we've got the Patreon forums working in my corner. That just takes one little thing away, doesn't it? One little worry.
I forget who reminded us. I feel like we should give them a shout out for reminding. So I'm going to dig that out while I also tell you about the other thing that happened in last week's podcast, which was I got some flack, Bradley.
Oh dear.
Well, we both got some flack, I guess, for not knowing what nutty slack was. Nutty slack.
Yeah, nutty slack.
Which is like, it's like, well, I'll get the email out as well from the person. I mean, we had like 3 or 4 emails, a couple of people on Discord, a couple of people on Twitter, all rocked by the revelation. It was Who's Raddle who reminded us, who's also the person that's getting us our regional lagers from America. So he's on a run right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, so apologies to people that were offended by us not knowing what nutty slack is. It is, in fact, do you know what it is now, Brad?
No, I don't have the benefit of... No, I don't know what nutty slack is. No.
Take a wild guess. I want to hear what you think it could be. Because your original guess wasn't it a rapper?
Yeah, like I've just said. Platty Jubes is also a rapper. A ratter.
Just everything that you don't understand must be rap. Is that because you don't know that much about rap?
Man,
so you're like, well, it must be that thing I don't know.
Come on, both of those are very good candidates for rapper names. Platty Jubes and Nutty Slacks. Didn't I say Nutty Slacks was a Toast of London character?
Oh, actually, no, you did. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was a Toast of London character.
But you are right. Normally, I would say a mumblecore rapper or something. But yeah, I said Toast of London. No, I have no idea what Nutty Slacks is.
So Jeff emailed and said, Johnny, really? After dissing the guy's north-south masculinity views on your podcast, you couldn't manage to check out Nutty Slack with even a Google search. Yeah. Now, he didn't actually tell me what Nutty Slack was in that particular email, but Nutty Slack is... so the link he's given me doesn't actually tell you what Nutty Slack is.
Oh. Useful.
So Nutty Slack is coal, right? And I think it's low grade coal, like a cheap fuel consisting of coal dust and small lumps of coal.
Oh.
So the coal dust is slack and the small lumps of coal are nuts. So it's Nutty Slack.
Yeah, I'm literally staring at the same Wikipedia that you're sounding very
so there we go.
Like you know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. We've done it, and I apologise for not knowing Nutty Slack, or indeed Googling it on the podcast, which is usually what we do. So genuine apology. No apologies for calling someone out for toxic masculinity.
No.
/ northerners. Right. So those are the two things that would have been like a lightning start to the podcast, but instead we now know that Brad very nearly ended up celebrating Platty Jubes. I like the idea that you could have been swept up with the crowd and ended up on Trafalgar Square singing the Royal Anthem, eating trifle.
I've got like a sort of Liam Neeson thing, a version for things which I consider danger zones. So I just, as soon as we got there, I was like, I hate this. I need to get out of it right now. And I took
you booked for a cellar for the whole day.
I took. Well, thinking about it, I actually booked us in a very safe, sort of deep bunker, essentially, for lunch, with an opulent bunker of deliciousness.
Yeah, bunkered down.
Exactly, literally. While there was an sort of air flyby, a low flyby. Yes.
Right.
Anyway,
so the video this week. Should we? Oh, actually, well, before we get onto the video, we should say that on Monday, we had a big old shoot day, didn't we?
Yeah, great.
I think you were quite pissed by the time you left, weren't you, Brad?
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, we were filming 3 videos, and you were kind of pouring your beer, and I was drinking it. I was drinking everyone.
Yeah, I was pouring it away. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a thirst on. We hadn't recorded in a little while.
It had been a long time since we'd done a shoot. So I mean, if I wasn't conscious of having a child, and B, potentially having to drive you to the station, I would have also had said thirst. Yeah,
it was pretty good. It was good.
Yeah.
We were drinking some amazing beers as well.
We were drinking a lot of amazing beer and filming some pretty exciting sofa station style videos, including this week's video, which was all about Bok.
Yeah, man. A Bockumentary, as it was dubbed by some.
Thoroughly enjoyed that comment. That was very, very good.
It's a bit short for a Bockumentary. Surely it should be a bit longer format.
I mean, our videos. Do you remember, the video of me at Stark Beer Fest, the Doppelbock Festival in Munich? That was less than 5 minutes long, and yet it took us nearly 20 minutes just to say what a bock is. So I think your influence has made me less and less wieldy, made me unwieldy. That's the word I was looking for.
Awesome.
But I mean, if people are enjoying it, we have pretty good retention rates, so people are enjoying most of it. Indeed, you've got a comment about somebody forgetting that they were doing, what was it? Was it ironing?
Yeah, so we had a comment from D. Cowell, who said, a great introduction into box. In fact, so interesting. I watched the video while ironing and didn't realise I hadn't even plugged the iron in until the end. Love and beer.
So is he just like folding up creased clothes and being like, oh.
It's very much like, well, there would be crease, wouldn't they? Yeah. That's very sort of carry-on movie, isn't it? So it's like comedy of a certain time. I could almost see that in a silent movie, kind of early comedy.
Somebody's come in and unplugged it and not told them that it's happening, and they're like looking at the iron like, what's going on? And then somebody does plug it in, and then he burns himself.
Exactly. It's physical comedy. Yeah. It's almost like Tom and Jerry. Irons featured a lot in Tom and Jerry from memory as well.
It was a violent cartoon, that.
Crazy cartoon. Crazy. Sort of racist, crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where to go from there. Itchy and scratchy. Itchy and scratchy, I suppose.
Well, yeah, that's where it went, yeah. Did you find any other delicious comments?
My ones are all pretty silly. So we had that one. That video was bocking amazing. Just very punny. Brilliant documentary, guys, from David Mallard. Informative and entertaining. Thanks to you, my list of must brews keeps on growing. Westy, pastry stout, and now Bock. So,
we need to do some session brews, don't we?
We're costing some people some money here, Johnny.
Yeah.
With
Unfortunately, our next homebrew is a double New England IPA, so that's not going to happen.
No. But I mean, does sound amazing. We did film a little bit of an intro to that, didn't we, as well?
We have. We filmed us starting to plan what we want it to be like. Off the back of which, earlier this week, I wrote the recipe along with our collaborator, who I won't reveal yet. So that is now done. So we'll be brewing that in 2 or 3 weeks. And then after the double New England IPA, actually, we do have our double decocted, well, what will hopefully be a double decocted Czech Pilsner with all SAR hops. And I'm thinking about it, Bradley, as if decoction isn't enough of an experiment on the homebrew kit. I'm thinking of open fermenting it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that wise in the heat of the summer?
No, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open fermenting it. So what, you just leave the little bit top off the conical?
Yeah. So Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work in summer. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It was the thought I had like at about 5 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should open ferment it. But yeah, that just won't.
I'm just thinking of flies because flies love sort of.
No. I'd put netting over it, but it's more just I won't be able to keep it at the right temperature very easily.
Yeah.
I mean, the Grainfather Conicals do a really good job, but with the lid off, could be tricky.
Yeah, definitely.
Could be tricky. So maybe I'll scrap that. No one heard that. No one heard that. I've got lots of lovely comments, lots of educational comments, which is a rarity for YouTube, but luckily not on our channel. I'll start with Lucas Jaeger, who says, the tale is that the Bavarian nobles of the House Wittelsbach liked that beer from Einbeck so much that they hired brewmaster Elias Pilcher of Einbeck to brew it in Munich. That's how Bock beer became Bavarian, which is sort of the bit we didn't quite really know in our video. He said in some variants of that tale, Pilcher was even kidnapped by the House of Wittelsbach.
Wow.
Which is probably schmarm, but a good story. I can only assume schmarrn. Schmarrn is like German for nonsense. I don't know. But that was a great little bit of history. I'm going to Google that, see what I can find. And then Ruindu... Okay, apologies, Ruindu. Ruindu Gunatilaki said, I'd like to add another tidbit to this. Bocks are not even close to the original Bocks. These beers were viewed as highly calorific due to their extremely poor attenuation. A decently attenuated Bock would have been lucky to pass 50%, and Hofbrau Brewery's Bock came to about 43%, according to brewing records. So, it was sweet for us, wasn't it? But these ones would have been even sweeter.
It was wasn't it known as like liquid bread to...
I think that's technically like well, I guess, yeah, this is a monastery beer. So, yeah, probably, yeah, it would have been liquid bread, but potentially drunk instead of lunch, depending on the order of Christianity that was brewing them. He also says, one scientific reason for that can be that when these records were around in the 1700s, lager strains were just starting to evolve from their wild ancestors from the Columbian Exchange, which is the theory that lager yeasts came from South America. There's lots of stories, Silk Road, Colombia... there's another one as well, I can't remember. But basically, lager yeasts aren't found naturally in that part of the world, but they ended up there. So people aren't quite sure 100% how they got there. So these yeasts needed more centuries of selective pressure and evolution to get to the 60 to 75% attenuation strains that brewers today use. So how good is that as knowledge?
Very, very knowledgeable. And
Indeed, thank you for that.
A real sort of breadth and depth of knowledge as well.
Yeah. Ruindy's comment does go on. I won't read the rest of it because it was something that I think was in the video, but we didn't make it 100% clear. That the Einbeck ones were probably ales, so they weren't lager yeasts. And then in Munich, they obviously became lager yeast, which we kind of hinted at because we said that they were longer lagered down south. But yeah, thank you for clearing that up, and that's an awesome comment. Cheers.
Yeah, that for Windy, those are no nutty slack-sized pieces of knowledge. They are bloody boulders of coal, my friend. Epic boulders of coal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the kind of comments we love. So please don't be shy. My favourite comments start with "actually," which I know is pretty controversial to say, but I love an "actually" comment.
Yeah.
I think I have to because I do a lot of them myself. But maybe I'm just doing self-defense there. But
you write the comments? You write you pretend you're Windy and all these people just to... Is that what you're saying, Johnny? Are you Windy?
No, I just love a reply that starts with actually.
Yeah.
It's basically the job of being a beer writer is going actually.
It's questioning, isn't it?
All of my articles that way. Yeah,
you've got to have a questioning mind to be a journalist.
Curious,
curious mind. Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for all of the comments on that video. As always with our What Even Is, the views aren't high, but the engagement is super exciting to see. So we love making these videos because of the amazing comments that we get. Not just the puns, not just the history, but also the people trying to do housework while watching this and failing. That's a new genre I'm really enjoying. So yeah, do let us know. That's about all we have for this week. Obviously, it's a bank holiday. So you probably all want to be out there. I hope you're all... Well, sorry, it's a bank holiday in the UK. We shouldn't be rubbing it in the faces of our non-UK listeners. But I hope you're tending a barbecue, drinking some beers, eating some trifle, having in-depth conversations about whether royalty have any place in modern society, all the stuff that we should be doing on Platty Jubes. We are actually taking next week off because Brad and I have conspired to go on holiday at the same time, which makes our lives a bit easier, but does mean we're gonna have to skip a week. So no episode and no Friday 5 p.m. But the week that we get back, Bradley, what's our video?
Mate, we are defining craft beer.
Oh my God.
We're putting a full stop under. We're putting a line under it, a full stop after it. We're putting it in air quotes. We're going to be
sealing it in an envelope, putting it in a safe. Envelope.
Mate, it's done. We're posting it. It's posted. Yeah. Checks in the mail.
We can all move on. Yeah.
We can be well, yeah, that'd be nice. No, but we literally, once you've watched this video, you're going to be like, okay, I get it. That's what it is. That's what it means. That's what it is.
Yeah. And it's, I can't believe people haven't said what we've said. It's been 12, 20, 30 years since people started debating what even is craft. I think it was 1997 the term was coined. I was struggling there. So it's 13, 23, 25 years we've been trying to define craft. And Brad, I think we've done it.
We've absolutely nailed it, mate. We've done it. You might as well
without hyping
quit.
This up too much. Yeah, the craft beer channel's done.
Now. We're just called beer channel.
Wait, if we've defined it, surely we should keep the name now.
No, we do need to keep the name. You're right, and it's a good name. No, it's fantastic. Not to hype it too much, like you say. And I think maybe we should do.
The horse is bolted on that one.
We should do this same video every year going forward now,
and see if it changes.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to think about that.
It would have been great doing it as we went along and realizing we didn't know what we were on about. Like every year, we'd be like, "Oh, that's not what it is." I quite like the idea of almost redefining it, but I don't think we need to at this point. I think we've done it, Johnny.
Okay, good. I'm glad you think we have. I feel like when this video goes live, the comments are going to destroy us, and we're going to be like, "We should never have put that live."
Oh yeah, it's going to be a clusterfuck of.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah. But that's controversy, mate. Controversy's good. No, it's not good. I don't like controversy, but yeah, you're probably right. Actually, we're going to get totally mullered in the old comment section there.
Yeah. But, so there you go. Take a week off. Really think about how you define craft, and then come at us. Come at us in 2 weeks' time.
At least we will have had a holiday, Johnny, so we won't feel too bad.
We'll be well rested. Yeah.
Ready for the attention.
Exactly. We're ready for it. We're ready for the international attention on the level of child royal covering his ears. He's probably used to it.
It's going to be on the Daily Mail. They're going to pick this up as a story.
CBC define craft front page.
Yeah.
And then the subhead will be like absolute idiots.
Exactly. Yeah. Subhead will be world peace declared. That's how important. Not subhead. Sorry, sub story on the front page. World peace declared. That's how epic this video is. Boom.
Okay, there we go. I think we've hyped up a video where two white men in a shed decide to define something that's basically meaningless to most of the population. I think we've hyped that enough. So have a wonderful Platty Jubes. Have a lovely week without us. Saying that phrase again, and we will see you on Wednesday for an absolute bloodbath. Love and beer. The Bubble and Friday 5pm podcasts are brought to you by the nerds behind YouTube's craft beer channel. You can watch over 400 mini documentaries at youtube.com/the craft beer channel. And if you love what we do, support us via Patreon and get access to merchandise and our amazing Discord forum, a positive and welcoming space for everyone who loves beer, food and homebrewing. Love and beer.